What if the age on your medical report wasn't the age of your arteries? Because cardiologists now say this clearly. Your arteries can age faster or slower depending on what you eat every single day. Stiffness, inflammation, plaque buildup, and oxidative stress slowly make arteries feel older, even when you feel fine on the outside. But here's the hopeful truth. The right foods don't just support your arteries. They can actually help them behave younger, more flexible, more open, and more efficient the way they did a decade ago. In this video, you'll discover the exact foods that protect your endothelial lining, boost nitric oxide, lower inflammation, and sweep away LDL, the science-backed things that genuinely rejuvenate arteries from within. This video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Polyphenol Rich Foods, the oxidation shields. If you want arteries that feel younger, start by fighting the thing that ages them the fastest, oxidation. And the strongest nutritional shield against oxidation is simple: polyphenols. Oxidation is like rust forming inside your arteries. Every day, stress, pollution, sugar spikes, and unhealthy fats create free radicals. These unstable molecules damage the endothelial lining, the delicate layer that keeps arteries smooth and flexible. When oxidation rises, LDL turns into oxidized LDL, the most dangerous form. Arterial stiffness increases, plaque forms faster, blood pressure rises, nitric oxide drops. Circulation feels heavier. Polyphenols act like internal firefighters. They neutralize free radicals, soothe inflammation, and protect the endothelial lining from microscopic injury, slowing arterial aging at the root level. Inside your body, polyphenols improve artery health in three major ways. 1. They block LDL oxidation. This is critical because oxidized LDL is what sticks to artery walls and speeds plaque formation. 2. They boost nitric oxide. Polyphenols help your blood vessels relax, widen, and stay flexible, a key marker of youthful arteries. 3. They repair endothelial cells. These cells control blood flow. When damaged, blood pressure rises and arteries stiffen. Polyphenols support their healing and regeneration. This is why long-living populations consume polyphenol-rich foods every single day. Doctor Insight. A Harvard Health analysis found that diets high in polyphenols can reduce cardiovascular risk by up to 32%. The European Journal of Nutrition reports that even 2 weeks of high polyphenol intake improves arterial flexibility measurably. Doctors often describe polyphenols as antioxidant armor for your arteries. They don't just support longevity, they slow down arterial aging. Real-world example. Farzana, 59, had borderline high BP and low energy. Her cardiologist didn't start with medication. He started with polyphenols. She added berries to breakfast, pomegranate to lunch, olive oil to dinner, and green tea instead of sweet chai. Within 5 weeks, her morning BP dropped. Her walking felt easier, and she said, "My body feels less inflamed. My heart feels lighter." Her doctor smiled and said, "And that's what happens when your arteries breathe again." Doctor-approved polyphenol foods for younger arteries. 1. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. High in anthocyanins, protect vessel lining, and reduce oxidative stress. 2. Pomegranate. Contains punicalagins, extremely powerful antioxidants that reduce arterial stiffness. 3. Grapes, especially red and purple. Resveratrol supports nitric oxide and prevents oxidized LDL buildup. 4. Olive oil extra virgin. Rich in polyphenols that protect endothelial function. Even 1 to 2 tablespoons daily helps. 5. Dark chocolate, 70% or higher. Flavonols improve blood flow and arterial elasticity. 6. Green tea and matcha. Catechins reduce oxidation and support nitric oxide. 7. Red cabbage and purple vegetables. High in anthocyanins, excellent for arterial flexibility. 8. Apples and pears contain quercetin, an antioxidant that reduces inflammation in vessel walls. How to use this daily, simple habit. Add one polyphenol food to each main meal. Breakfast, berries. Lunch, pomegranate or grapes. Dinner, olive oil or lightly cooked purple vegetables. Your artery protection becomes continuous, not occasional. Oxidation ages your arteries faster than time. Polyphenols reverse that trend, protecting your endothelial lining, improving nitric oxide, and keeping your arteries younger, softer, and more resilient. Nitrate Rich Greens, the nitric oxide boosters. If you want arteries that behave younger, more flexible, more open, more responsive, you need one molecule above all, nitric oxide. And the foods that boost nitric oxide better than anything else are simple, everyday greens. Nitric oxide, NO, is your artery's natural relaxer. It helps blood vessels widen, reduces pressure inside them, and keeps blood flowing smoothly. But here's the problem. After age 40, nitric oxide levels naturally drop, sometimes by 50%. When that happens, arteries stiffen, blood pressure rises, and circulation slows down. Nitrate-rich greens restore what age takes away. They help your body convert natural nitrates into nitric oxide, giving your arteries a level of flexibility that feels noticeably younger. These greens don't just support heart health, they rejuvenate it. Inside your body. When you eat nitrate-rich vegetables, 3 important things happen. 1. Arteries relax and widen. Nitrates turn into nitrites, which turn into nitric oxide, which signals arteries to open. This widening reduces pressure and increases blood flow. 2. Blood pressure drops naturally. Nitric oxide helps your vessels respond better to normal pressure changes, preventing stiffness and sudden spikes. 3. Endothelial function improves. Your endothelial lining, the smooth inner layer of arteries, becomes more responsive and healthier. This is why athletes use beetroot juice for performance, and why cardiologists recommend nitrate-rich greens for blood pressure, circulation, and longevity. Your arteries don't just work better, they act younger. Doctor Insight. A landmark study in the Hypertension Journal showed that eating nitrate-rich greens daily can lower systolic blood pressure by 4 to 10 points. Research from Harvard Medical School confirms that leafy greens significantly improve arterial elasticity and nitric oxide levels, even in adults over 60. Cardiologists often say, if nitric oxide is youth for your arteries, greens are the fuel. Real-world example. Sohail, 62, had rising BP and morning heaviness in his chest. His cardiologist asked him to add just one new habit, a daily bowl of nitrate-rich greens. He began eating a spinach omelet, arugula salad, beetroot smoothie. Within 3 weeks, he noticed easier breathing during his walks and more stable BP. He said, "It feels like something inside me opened up." That opening was nitric oxide at work. Doctor-approved nitrate-rich foods for younger arteries. 1. Spinach. One of the richest nitrate sources. Improves blood flow within hours. 2. Arugula, rocket leaves. Contains more nitrates than almost any vegetable. Powerful for stiff arteries. 3. Beetroot. Boosts nitric oxide quickly. Beetroot juice is especially effective. 4. Bok choy and Swiss chard. Underrated greens with excellent nitrate content. 5. Lettuce, romaine. Simple, accessible, and surprisingly nitrate-dense. 6. Celery. Supports both nitric oxide and hydration. 7. Radish and radish greens. Loaded with nitrates and digestive benefits. How to use this daily? Easy routine. Add nitrate-rich greens to at least one meal per day. Breakfast, spinach, or beet smoothie. Lunch, arugula or romaine salad. Dinner, sautéed greens with lemon. Nitric oxide levels rise within hours and stay high with consistency. Nitrate Rich Greens give your arteries the signal they crave. Relax, open, flow. They boost nitric oxide, reduce stiffness, lower pressure, and help your blood vessels act like they did years ago. These foods are natural, safe, powerful, and essential for younger arteries. Omega-3 power foods, the inflammation reducers. If oxidation is the rust that ages your arteries, inflammation is the fire. And nothing puts out that fire more effectively than omega-3 fatty acids, the nutrients that make stiff arteries behave young again. Chronic inflammation is one of the main drivers of arterial aging. It irritates artery walls, causes them to thicken, and makes them less responsive. Over time, inflammation turns flexible vessels into stiff tubes that force the heart to work harder. Omega-3s found in very specific foods lower inflammation at the cellular level. They calm irritated arteries, reduce swelling in vessel walls, and improve blood flow so your heart doesn't have to push with extra force. For adults over 40, omega-3s are not just helpful, they are essential. Inside your body, omega-3s rejuvenate arteries through three powerful mechanisms. 1. They end the inflammation cycle. Omega-3s reduce inflammatory chemicals in the blood, like CRP and IL-6. This calms the arterial lining, allowing it to heal and soften. 2. They improve arterial flexibility. EPA and DHA, the two strongest omega-3s, make vessel walls more elastic, allowing them to expand and contract like younger arteries. 3. They prevent blood thickening. Thicker blood flows poorly and increases pressure. Omega-3s reduce platelet stickiness, keeping blood smoother and easier to pump. This combination gives your heart immediate relief and long-term protection. Doctor Insight. A major Harvard School of Public Health study found that adults with the highest omega-3 intake have 33% lower risk of heart-related death, significantly softer, more flexible arteries, lower triglycerides, better endothelial function. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that omega-3s can improve arterial function in as little as 3 weeks. Doctors often call omega-3s the oil that keeps your arteries young. Real-world example. Raza, 58, had borderline high triglycerides and morning chest tightness. Instead of medication, his cardiologist recommended 2 major changes. Swap cooking oil for olive oil. Add omega-3 foods daily. He began eating walnuts in the morning, salmon twice a week, and flaxseed and yogurt. Within 1 month, his triglycerides dropped, his afternoon BP stabilized, and he said, "My chest doesn't feel stiff anymore." That feeling wasn't imagination. It reduced inflammation and improved arterial motion. Doctor-approved omega-3 foods for younger arteries. 1. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. The richest source of EPA and DHA, the strongest anti-inflammatory omega-3s. 2. Walnuts. High in ALA, which your body converts into heart-protective omega-3s. 3. Flax seeds, ground. Excellent for lowering triglycerides and blood pressure. 4. Chia seeds. Provide A plus fiber, a powerful combination for artery flexibility. 5. Omega-3 eggs. A simple upgrade that adds consistent daily omega-3s. 6. Sardines, fresh or canned. One of the most potent and underrated sources. 7. Avocado, not omega-3 heavy, but improves absorption. Healthy fats that work synergistically with omega-3s. How to use this daily, simple routine. Add 1 tablespoon flaxseed to yogurt or smoothies. Eat a handful of walnuts as a snack. Choose fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. Add chia seeds to oats or salads. Consistency matters more than quantity. Inflammation ages your arteries silently and quickly. Omega-3 foods interrupt that process, soften vessel walls, lower triglycerides, and restore flexibility, giving your arteries a younger, smoother, healthier feel with every bite. Fiber-heavy foods, the artery sweepers. If you want your arteries to feel younger, clearer, and cleaner, you need a daily sweeper. And nothing sweeps your arteries better than natural fiber from real food. Arteries age for many reasons, but one of the biggest is LDL buildup. Not just high LDL, but LDL that sticks to artery walls, oxidizes, and slowly turns into plaque. Fiber stops this process before it even begins. Soluble fiber binds cholesterol inside your digestive tract and removes it, forcing your liver to pull LDL out of your bloodstream. This single action, repeated daily, can slow plaque formation, reduce inflammation, and make your arteries behave years younger. But the benefits go further. Fiber stabilizes blood sugar, reduces insulin spikes, lowers inflammation, and improves gut health, all factors linked to arterial aging. Fiber isn't optional, it's essential for long-term arterial youth. Inside your body, fiber rejuvenates arteries through 4 powerful mechanisms. 1. LDL cholesterol removal. Soluble fiber forms a gel that traps cholesterol and bile acids. This forces your liver to use circulating LDL to make more bile, naturally lowering LDL levels. 2. Blood sugar stability. Fiber slows digestion and prevents glucose spikes, which damage the delicate endothelial lining when repeated over years. 3. Gut-heart connection. Fiber feeds gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs. SCFAs reduce inflammation throughout your entire cardiovascular system. 4. Improves satiety. Fiber keeps you full longer, reducing overeating and supporting a healthy waistline, one of the strongest predictors of cardiovascular longevity. When fiber rises, arterial age drops. Dr. Insight. A massive analysis from Harvard Health found that people who consume the most daily fiber experience 22 to 34% lower risk of heart disease, lower LDL and triglycerides, better arterial elasticity, reduced inflammation, longer lifespan. A Lancet review suggests that high-fiber eaters may reduce all-cause mortality by up to 30%. That is why doctors always repeat, if you want younger arteries, start with fiber. Real-world example. Sabina, 60, had rising LDL and mild plaque on her carotid ultrasound. Her cardiologist didn't start with medication, he started with fiber. She added a bowl of oats at breakfast, lentils or beans at lunch, an apple or pear daily, mixed vegetables at dinner. Within 8 weeks, her LDL dropped, her digestion improved, her bloating reduced, and she reported lighter, easier breathing. Her doctor explained, "You cleaned your arteries through food." Doctor-approved fiber foods that rejuvenate arteries. 1. Oats. High in beta-glucan, one of the most effective LDL-lowering fibers. 2. Beans and lentils. Fiber plus plant. Protein plus minerals equals a perfect artery support combo. 3. Apples and pears. Rich in pectin, a soluble fiber that binds cholesterol effectively. 4. Berries. Fiber plus polyphenols equals double protection against oxidation and inflammation. 5. Chia and flax seeds. Fiber plus omega-3s equals improved artery flexibility and lower triglycerides. 6. Vegetables, especially green and cruciferous. High fiber, low calories, high nutrients, the foundation of younger arteries. 7. Whole grains. Brown rice, barley, quinoa, steady energy without glucose spikes. How to use this daily simple habit. Aim for 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. Oats or fruit at breakfast. Lentils or beans at lunch. Vegetables plus whole grains at dinner. Fruit or seeds as snacks. Small additions create big arterial changes. Fiber is your artery's best friend. It removes excess LDL, stabilizes blood sugar, supports gut health, and keeps arterial aging in check. Eat fiber every day, and your arteries will feel cleaner, lighter, and younger year after year. Potassium Rich Foods, the pressure balancers. If you want your arteries to feel younger instantly, focus on the mineral that relaxes them better than anything else: potassium. It's the quiet nutrient that fights the real cause of stiffness, sodium overload. Most adults consume too much sodium and far too little potassium. This imbalance tightens artery walls, raises blood pressure, reduces nitric oxide, and increases the heart's workload. Potassium restores the balance nature intended. It helps your body flush out excess sodium, eases tension in blood vessels, and calms the electrical activity of your heart. This leads to smoother blood flow, lower pressure, and arteries that behave more like they did years earlier. If sodium ages your arteries, potassium rejuvenates them. Inside your body, potassium creates younger, more flexible arteries through four major actions. 1. Sodium removal. Potassium signals your kidneys to excrete excess sodium. Less sodium equals lower blood volume equals reduced arterial pressure. 2. Vessel relaxation. Potassium calms the smooth muscle lining your arteries, helping them widen and stay flexible. 3. Heartbeat stability. Potassium is key for electrical signaling in the heart. Balanced levels promote smooth, steady heart rhythms. 4. Fluid balance. Potassium prevents the water retention that often raises morning or evening blood pressure. When potassium rises, arterial tension falls. Dr. Insight. A major New England Journal of Medicine study found that increasing potassium intake reduces the risk of stroke and heart disease significantly, even in adults already on medication. Harvard researchers also report that potassium-rich diets can lower systolic blood pressure by 4 to 10 millimeters of mercury, depending on age and sodium intake. Cardiologists summarize it simply: potassium gives your arteries room to breathe. Real-world example. Khalid, 64, had normal cholesterol but consistently high systolic BP. His doctor explained that sodium was the hidden problem, not fat, not stress, not age. He recommended adding potassium foods to every meal: bananas, spinach, beans, yogurt, and sweet potatoes. Within 4 weeks, Khalid's BP dropped from 152/92 to 138/86. He reported fewer headaches, less morning tightness, and smoother breathing during evening walks. His arteries weren't cured, they were balanced. Doctor-approved potassium-rich foods that rejuvenate arteries. 1. Bananas. Fast, effective source of potassium, great for reducing sodium retention. 2. Sweet potatoes. High in potassium plus fiber plus antioxidants, excellent for heart health. 3. Beans and lentils. Protein plus potassium plus fiber, lower BP and improve artery flexibility. 4. Spinach and leafy greens. Potassium plus nitrates plus magnesium, a perfect combination for artery relaxation. 5. Yogurt. Potassium plus calcium plus probiotics, supports heart rhythm and BP control. 6. Avocado. High potassium plus healthy fats equals calmer arteries. 7. Coconut water, unsweetened. Natural electrolyte balance for smoother blood flow. 8. Oranges and citrus fruits. Improve nitric oxide and reduce inflammation. How to use this daily, simple habit. For younger arteries, include 1 potassium food in each meal. Breakfast, banana or yogurt. Lunch, beans, lentils, or spinach. Dinner, sweet potato or avocado. Snacks, coconut water, citrus, or fruit. This creates a steady, natural rhythm of sodium reduction and arterial relaxation. Potassium-rich foods are nature's blood pressure balancers. They flush out excess sodium, relax vessel walls, and help your arteries regain the flexibility of younger years. This single mineral can dramatically change how your heart feels, meal by meal. Magnesium-rich foods, the vessel relaxers. If your arteries could take a deep breath, magnesium is the mineral that would help them do it. It is the body's natural relaxant and one of the most powerful tools for younger, more flexible arteries. Magnesium deficiency is extremely common, especially after age 40. Low magnesium makes arteries tighter, nerves more reactive, and blood pressure harder to control. Magnesium is essential for relaxing arterial walls, calming the nervous system, steadying heartbeat rhythm, improving nitric oxide function, reducing inflammation. Without enough magnesium, arteries behave older than they are, tight, stiff, reactive. With enough magnesium, arteries soften, expand, and respond calmly to daily stresses. This mineral is the quiet key to arterial youth. Inside your body, magnesium supports youthful arteries through three major pathways. 1. Muscle relaxation in vessel walls. Your arteries are lined with smooth muscle. Magnesium helps these muscles relax instead of staying tight, improving flexibility and lowering pressure. 2. Calcium regulation. Calcium tightens muscles. Magnesium prevents calcium overload, stopping arteries from constricting excessively. 3. Better nitric oxide activity. Magnesium enhances nitric oxide production, helping arteries widen and maintain healthy blood flow. Together, these effects reduce arterial stiffness, one of the clearest signs of arterial aging. Dr. Insight. A study in the Journal of Hypertension found that magnesium supplementation can reduce systolic blood pressure by 4 to 6 points and improve arterial elasticity. Another study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that magnesium intake is linked to a 22% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Doctors often say, if potassium is balanced, magnesium is calm. This is why magnesium is essential in any artery rejuvenating diet. Real-world example. Nizhat, 55, frequently experienced chest tightness, not pain, but a feeling of tension that came during stress and resolved slowly. Her cardiologist noted borderline low magnesium and recommended magnesium-rich foods daily. She added pumpkin seeds, almonds, dark chocolate, spinach, avocados. Within 2 weeks, she said, "My chest feels looser and my heartbeat feels steadier." Her arteries weren't just calmer, they were acting younger. Doctor-approved magnesium-rich foods that rejuvenate arteries. 1. Pumpkin seeds. One of the highest natural sources of magnesium. Great for relaxation and heartbeat stability. 2. Almonds. Magnesium plus healthy fats equals smoother blood flow. 3. Spinach and Swiss chard. Leafy greens provide magnesium plus nitrates, a powerful heart combination. 4. Avocado. High magnesium plus potassium for arterial calm. 5. Dark chocolate, 70% plus. Contains magnesium and polyphenols that support nitric oxide. 6. Beans and lentils. Plant protein plus magnesium plus fiber equals younger arteries. 7. Whole grains, quinoa, brown rice, barley. Slow carbs that deliver magnesium gently across the day. How to use this daily, simple routine. Add pumpkin seeds or almonds as a snack. Include spinach or greens in one meal. Add avocado to lunch or dinner. Enjoy dark chocolate in moderation. Use beans/lentils as part of main meals. Just 2 to 3 magnesium sources per day can dramatically change arterial behavior. Magnesium is the calming mineral your arteries crave. It keeps vessel walls soft, reduces stiffness, supports nitric oxide, and steadies your heartbeat, all signs of younger, healthier arteries. Eat magnesium-rich foods daily, and your cardiovascular system will respond with relief. A one-day meal plan to make your arteries feel younger. If every food you eat changes the chemistry of your arteries, imagine what a full day of the right foods can do. This is your simple, science-backed artery rejuvenating meal plan designed to boost nitric oxide, sweep LDL, calm inflammation, and help your blood vessels behave years younger. Morning, the nitric oxide and antioxidant kickstart. Your first meal sets your vascular tone for the entire day. The goal, increase nitric oxide, stabilize glucose, and give your arteries antioxidant protection. Breakfast plate, 1 cup spinach or arugula, nitrates right arrow nitric oxide. Half cup berries, polyphenols, oxidation shield. Oats or whole grain toast, soluble fiber, LDL sweep. 1 tablespoon chia or flaxseed, omega-3 plus fiber. A drizzle of olive oil on greens, endothelial protection. Why this works: this combination supports vessel widening, reduces inflammation from the morning cortisol surge, and stabilizes blood sugar so your endothelial lining stays calm. Your arteries begin the day relaxed instead of constricted. Midday, the longevity heart plate. Lunch is where you build your strongest meal. The goal, 50% plants, 25% lean protein, 25% smart carbs, the perfect longevity ratio. Lunch plate, large serving of mixed vegetables, spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, carrots. Lean protein, fish, lentils, chickpeas, or grilled chicken. Whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, or millet. Herbs plus spices, garlic, turmeric, black pepper, coriander. Olive oil plus lemon for seasoning. Why this works: vegetables provide potassium and antioxidants. Protein keeps glucose steady. Whole grains prevent the afternoon crash. Herbs boost anti-inflammatory power. This meal keeps arteries flexible during the busiest hours of your day. Afternoon, the artery calming snack. This is when blood pressure naturally rises and stress peaks. Your arteries need calm, not sugar. Snack options: walnuts, omega-3 arrow inflammation reducer. Yogurt plus flaxseed, fiber plus magnesium. Dark chocolate 70% plus, flavanols, blood flow booster. Banana, potassium to sodium balance. Why this works: these snacks relax vessel walls, support nitric oxide, and prevent oxidative stress, helping your arteries stay youthful during the most stressful part of the day. Evening, the light, anti-inflammatory plate. Evening is for recovery, not heaviness. Your arteries repair themselves best when nighttime inflammation is low. Dinner plate, 50% vegetables, zucchini, green beans, cauliflower, okra, spinach. 25% lean protein, fish, tofu, or lentils. 25% carbs, optional, sweet potato or quinoa. Magnesium-rich add-ons, avocado or pumpkin seeds. Why this works: light dinners improve nighttime circulation, reduce arterial stiffness, and support blood pressure recovery. Night, the repair boost. If you want a small nighttime bite, choose something that supports vessel recovery. Night snack options: pomegranate seeds, kiwi, a handful of grapes, herbal tea, ginger mint, hibiscus. These foods reduce oxidative stress and assist nighttime nitric oxide cycling. You don't need complicated diets to make your arteries behave younger. You need a rhythm: polyphenols in the morning, greens at midday, omega-3s and potassium in the afternoon, and anti-inflammatory foods at night. Repeat this simple day, and your arteries begin to respond, becoming more flexible, more open, and more resilient with each meal. Conclusion: the age of your arteries is not fixed. It changes with every meal, every nutrient, every daily habit. And the foods you've learned about in this video, the polyphenols, the greens, the omega-3s, the fiber, the potassium, the magnesium, are not trends or temporary solutions. They are the building blocks of younger, more flexible, more resilient arteries. When you eat this way consistently, inflammation drops, blood pressure eases, nitric oxide rises, and LDL becomes easier for your body to manage. Your arteries start behaving the way they did years earlier, smoother, calmer, more responsive. And the best part, you don't need perfection, just small daily habits repeated over time. One berry bowl, one handful of walnuts, one serving of greens, one fiber-rich meal. These tiny choices shape your cardiovascular future. Your heart listens to your habits and it responds. Like to support more heart-saving content? Subscribe for weekly doctor-approved videos? Share this with someone who needs healthier arteries. This video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Thank you for watching.